Rocky! Come here.
It's still cold, and it says there's actually supposed to be snow today. It actually said it was supposed to snow in the morning. I think there was a little bit. You can see it in the ground, and it says tonight there's supposed to be some. I don't think it's cold enough though, like for snow in general. Probably tons in the mountains though. It'll actually give it a pretty good view. I just have to have the time to actually go in that area over there. Though for some stuff I read, I'd be interested in seeing this because it's creating such a commotion here. It says here, a 4.8 million chandelier under Vancouver's Granville Bridge draws divided response. Public art piece paid by developer criticized for excess in a city grappling with a housing crisis. So apparently because this is so expensive in the area there, and there's a lot of homeless, they're basically saying this is kind of dividing people. I guess it's like an insult. Whereas that place, to my understanding, the whole zone is going to be redeveloped. But yeah, apparently a lot of people are arguing over this piece of art. And this was a funny read in relations to catching a bad guy with a drone. Essentially, there was a drone used by the BC Conservation Area, and I guess there was a suspect fleeing, and they used that drone to actually catch the criminal. So you can see from the tweet from the BC CO Services, it says, Terra COS helped RCMP arrest a suspect who fled from police. The COS UAV drone was used to help track the person on Skeena River Island, a great example of agencies coming together to fight crime. The COS has a drone in every region and uses them for investigative work. Apparently the guy ran into like police vehicles for whatever reason, like during a chase, but just kind of interesting. Basically a drone not meant for this. They were kind of like, hey, borrow our product or whatever. Although I hate to say it, it makes me wonder whether or not their operation in doing that was quote illegal. Because if they were using something like a phantom drone, you technically can't fly that over people, correct? Makes me wonder if they'll ever relax that, here in Canada anyways, with various drones in terms of flying over people and all that. Although in other parts of the world, most people would say they're losing basically rights to fly. How about a place that actually wants people to fly drones, like basically toning down the laws and all that? This one says, Kenya plans to lift drone ban. The Director General of Kenya's Civil Aviation Authority, Gilbert Kipe, said that Kenya planned to lift a ban on drones in 2020. Kipe said in Nairobi that unmanned aerial vehicles were prohibited in March after Parliament annulled regulations that were meant to legalize them. Quote, we are close to completing the draft regulations which will be presented to Parliament for approval to end the ban on the use of drones. We hope to complete the process in the coming weeks, he said. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? You accidentally banned the tech when you didn't intend to. It says Parliament revoked the previous regulations that were to permit the use of drones over privacy concerns and lack of public participation. Kipe said, adding, we have since made the corrections to the regulations to ensure drones are not misused by civilians. According to the KCAA, the regulations will also ensure that the use of remotely piloted aircraft is not a threat to national security. Kipe said that the new regulations would also regulate the importation and commercial use of drones for photography, recreational, humanitarian, and health services. He stated that the proposed legal framework will provide the establishment of a registry for all drone owners in the country. So it is kind of interesting to think about. You accidentally ban it when you didn't intend to. It's kind of neat too that they actually mention, I guess, the importance of things like recreational flying as well. Because most places they would just say, for example, who cares? Whereas in many ways, that's kind of like your foundation to have innovation and all that too in the future. That's why it's important too, I think anyways. If this stuff has way too much barriers to it, it'll basically discourage people from even trying it. Alright, see you guys later.